Hey there, my friend. I hope you're rocking along today and got everything going your way. And something that I just wanted to chat about that I've noticed as I've gotten older and I'm going through this transition um, from actively working, doing whatever it takes to create dollars to pay the bills, to actually having some meaning in life. And I've noticed that man, the roadmap that we were given and taught and coached on about work hard, be the first one on the job site in the office, work through lunch, make sacrifices, be the last one to leave. Do that, you'll be rewarded year in, year out. Things will go your way if you play by the rules of that game. Well, my friends, and then at the end of this game that you play for 40 years, 45 years that we call being employed, uh, or being, having a job, a job. The problem with that, the play the game to the end, and then you get to take a great vacation for 20 or 30 years that you might have in retirement. Well, I'm here to tell you there are a couple of problems that I have seen um, over the years to this. One is, actuarially speaking, I won't go into actuarial tables. That's a little too nerdy, but Google it. Anyway, not everybody who is born is going to live till 65 or 62 or 70, the full age of being fully vested in Social Security. It's a small, every year it's that you circle this earth or circle the sun on this earth. There are fewer and fewer people of the babies that were on either side of you in the maternity ward. Fewer and fewer of those babies are around to enjoy the golden years. They just don't make it. They die. And that's a fact of life. And then if everything goes your way. You don't have any reversals from the dot-com bust or from the Great Recession or any other thing that comes along that financially has kind of waylaid your plans. You get into retirement, and then you don't have to do anything. No alarm clocks, commuting. You just play golf, fish, work on your truck, you know, all day long and go to a show on a weekend. That's not sustainable. It may be fun for the first weeks or months, but it you get lost, because if you were like me, I was raised to perform my task, and that's to be a provider for my family. Or when you go to your job, you're either an agency manager, or your whatever your job title is. It could be, like in my life, I've done graphic design, I've done photo, I've done video work, uh, tons and tons of things. But you retire, then you lose that title, the second title, the first one you lost in that you're not providing money. Uh, the second title is how you've been identified. Oh, I'm a photographer, or oh, I'm a graphic designer, or oh, I print T-shirts, or going way back with me, decades spent in the insurance business. Who are you? So if you have lived your life and you've got the golden ticket to retirement, a lot of people, just based on what I've seen in years of living, people tend to either die right at the time of their retirement or shortly thereafter. And with the mandatory retirement age, the vesting age, with Social Security being pushed further and further and further back, those are less and less years that you can spend doing whatever it is that you want to do. And that's a free country. You can do whatever, just enjoy yourself. Don't bring any harm to others, and, uh, just roll on. So, but what happens once you get past that first short period of time, the really active portion of your retirement, if you keep shrinking your world down, you no longer are involved with dozens of people a day. It keeps reducing down and 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 down. And before you know it, your world is so small, and that changes the way you think. You think? I've experienced it. I've seen it happen. It is no bueno. So, a couple of things, and kind of move along. First, you need to find a purpose. Find a reason for being. Find a reason to get yourself up out of the bed in the morning and be productive for yourself, for something that you bring value to, that brings joy, fulfillment, satisfaction back to you. Steve Martin in the movie The Jerk back in the 70s, he's looking for his special purpose. Google it. It's probably on YouTube. But we've got to have our special purpose. And you may think, oh, Mark, I'm never going to be able to retire because of this, that, or the other. Keep watching videos, because I'm the unfunded retiree. We'll go into details as to why that is and how I cope with it. And it's the good enough retirement. Good enough because I can bring value to others that I don't know. Hello, friend. That would be you. I could bring value and stability and presence, not something that you find under the Christmas tree, but I'm there for those that matter to me, for those that I'm called to serve, my family, my friends. I can bring value as long as I can draw breath, have a thought. I'm going to enjoy life. I made the conscious decision several years back that you must control your income, control your expenses if you want to have your income under control. Because having spent most of my working years as being self-employed, things go up, things go down. If you've had a good month, a good day, a good week, a good month, a good quarter, a good year. The next year, things could be not so much. So you've got to you've got to control your expenses to be able to take control of your life without having to have 500,000, a million, $1.5 million, $2 million in the bank. I'm here to tell you that is an untruth that is circulated by the financial industry, just as the consumerism that the advertising, the marketing industry keeps stroking along, because we have to be buying. Well, coming with the purchase, each purchase is a piece of your life. So what are you going to invest that in? Are you going to spend it buying something, or are you going to invest it on being somebody who adds value to others? So the solution, there's a trap. The trap is the 30-year vacation myth of retirement. The danger is if you do nothing, it kills your identity, because you are no longer who you were. I focus on right now, moving forward, because what happens, the things we tend to remember are the things that hurt the most. Generally, it's the things at either end of the spectrum. But I know my mind tends to gravitate back to things that I could have done better, opportunities that I may have missed, or we're our own worst enemies. Can I get an amen? Yeah, it's just the way we are. But we've got to have a purpose. So the solution that I have found, and I appreciate you coming along on the ride for this, and wow, I've gone way over time, is we need to retire from our working life and retire into the life that brings us value, the life that shares our experiences with others. If this resonates at all with you, leave me a comment below. Let me know your situation. Check the link in the bio at sometime soon. Want to build in a free community there, so it's easy for us to help one another. And my friends, I want to enjoy these years that I have, because there are a lot more years behind us, me especially, than there are ahead of us. But I'm here to tell you the value that I want to provide and the breaths that I have. I want everyone who comes in contact with me to know I love you and I appreciate you, and I can hope to add value to what you're doing, because you know what? You're adding value to me. All right, my friends, I appreciate you. We're knocking on 14 minutes in TTFN. Bye-bye.